I am Suzanne LaGrande, and today on We Are All in This Together, I am speaking with Lanette Andrews, who is a financial advisor and also a generational wealth builder. You know, everybody right now is really worried about money, and you're somebody who knows a lot about money. What advice would you give people right now to help them deal with the anxieties and uncertainties about finances at the moment?
Right now, at the moment, I'm going to say to take a deep breath because things are really out of our control except for our finances. Why? Because we have control on whether we think we don't or not. Either we control them or someone controls them for us. So this is a good time while everything is all shut down and everything to really dive into your finances. Get all that information out. See where you can cut some corners, stop spending spending more and spend less. And save more and spend less. Sorry. And that way, and get into the habit of not spending. Mm-hmm. And that way, you're teaching yourself those habits now, so when things do come back to normal, if that is what we call as normal, then guess what? You've already created those good habits to start saving money.
So could you give me an example of, like, one thing that we could do to kind of get our finances more in order? Like you're saying, spending time doing that?
Yes, you can either call me, and I can sit down with you on a Zoom presentation and show you how to get those things in order. Or what you can do is there's a website called a Debt Snowball, and what it does is you put your bills on, you line your bills up on them, and then at the end, after you line your bills up, it tells you or asks you how much extra that you can pay. Now, this is not to say that you have to do it right now. It's just giving you an example. And what it does is, say, for instance, you have an extra $100 to pay. So you put that $100 in and say calculate. And what that does is the Debt Snowball shows you how much you can pay on each bill to get them paid off. So this is how it works. You put your lowest bills all the way to the highest. That's how you list them. You list them how much you owe, what the interest rate is. And then what the Debt Snowball calculator does is takes whatever amount you pay, you add that extra, whatever amount you say you can, add it to what you originally paid, and pay it off quickly. Then you take that amount, what you just paid off, that one small bill, and what you normally pay, and you combine all that, and you pay off on the next bill. And what's so cool about that is the fact that this system will give you a due date so you can see when you will be out of debt. Now, I'm not saying that everybody is capable of doing that. Right? People probably don't have an extra $100. So if you don't have the extra $100, do 5, do 10. Get into that habit of paying the bills on time and paying a little extra so that you can get it paid off. Mm-hmm. That's one good example. Another example could be what I'm doing is I'm getting with my kids and sitting down with them and showing how I'm paying my bills off so that they can be comfortable. Because this is not a comfortable thing. We're talking about people's money. So they can be comfortable sitting down with me and talking to me about their bills. So I can help them get things paid off and help them, understand what credit's all about. Mm-hmm. Because when you're dealing with your bills, it's also affecting your credit. So those are two things that are going on simultaneously. So I want to be able to sit down with them and talk to them and let them see and help them understand, paying bills on time also affects your credit. So, but like I said, a lot of people are just not comfortable enough. And sometimes you have to make a game out of it. Sometimes you have to make it fun. It has to be something simple to get people to open up and talk about their finances. The best thing to me, if you have kids, these are kids. They're always fun. They were like, yeah, they're always, their mind is so focused on one thing. When you tell them something like, I'm trying to do this, and the kids are like, okay, I want to do it. So we have to have that mindset as a child as well when it's time for us to sit down and do our finances and stay laser focused.
Mm-hmm. You're in a really interesting position because, like I assume you, like the rest of us, are at home at the moment during, self-quarantining, but you also have a lot of knowledge about the things that people are really worried about. What do you say to people who are just kind of at this stage where, and I think many of us are in this stage right now, which is just that there's a lot of fear. I can't even think about it. I can't even look at this. I can't even contemplate what I'm going to do. I think, for people who are in kind of some sort of trauma, is there a way that we can get just a little bit calmer in order to be able to do some of those other steps you suggest?
Well, Suzanne, I'm a financial planner. I'm not a psychologist. For me, I'm going to say for me. I can't speak for everybody else, but for me, and I'm just going to be honest. For me, I just have hope in God. I was raised in church. I have a lot of belief in a higher power. A lot of people believe in God and some don't. But for me, I believe in him. I have a higher power in God. I've seen what I've gone through with God, and so that is my hope in God. That's my hope. And I'm not going to lose that hope.
Right.
So I'm just going to speak for me. I cannot speak for everybody else. So that's where I am. That's how I'm dealing with the crisis.
Uh-huh. And I really appreciate you sharing what gives you hope. Looking around at, what has happened and all the things that have changed in the last couple of weeks, is there anything that you see that has happened that gives you hope that even if we hope for, I'm going to say that again, looking around at all the things that have happened in the last couple of weeks, is there anything that you see that you find to be hopeful about the ways that we've changed?
Yeah. I think for me, what I'm seeing is that everybody, even the whole United States, is realizing that this disease is more powerful than all the weapons that we have. Mm-hmm. And it's so ironic that calamity brings about unity. And I heard a pastor say that, so that's not my saying. I heard a pastor say that. But that's what I'm seeing. I mean, even when you go on social media and you see what's going on around the world, everybody is coming together and helping one another out. We're not thinking about color. We're not thinking about racism. We're not thinking about all this other negative stuff. We're thinking about each other. And that's one. Two, I believe that this is going to help so many families come together. I really do. I believe that this is going to help so many families come together, be more closer, help and understand each other. Now, the distancing part afterwards, I think because of the distancing now, blah, 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 I can't hardly say it, that it's going to bring us even closer now after it's all over. That's the hope I see.
I am Suzanne LaGrande, and this is We Are All in This Together.